Hello, everyone. Kirk Franklin finally breaks his silence on Bishop Eddie Long's hidden secret, and the revelation has shaken the gospel community, the church world, and even the broader public who for years have wrestled with the complicated legacy of one of the most controversial pastors of modern times, because when Bishop Eddie Long rose to prominence as the leader of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Lithonia, Georgia, he was not just seen as another pastor, but as a powerful spiritual force, a visionary builder, and a man who expanded his congregation into tens of thousands, wielding influence over politicians, celebrities, and countless believers who hung on his every word, yet his story was never free of shadows. And as time passed, scandals and accusations threatened to permanently stain his ministry, leaving followers divided between unwavering loyalty and deep disillusionment. But what has made Kirk Franklin's voice so significant is that Franklin himself has long been regarded as the bridge between the traditional gospel world and the younger generation. Someone whose own transparency about struggles, failures, and victories has made his words resonate far beyond music. And so when he chose to finally address Bishop Eddie Long's hidden secret, it came not from a place of gossip or exploitation, but from the burden of truth-telling, because silence had allowed speculation to dominate and the true lessons of Long's downfall to be buried. Franklin spoke about the dangers of unchecked power within the church, the cult of personality that often grows around charismatic leaders, and the devastating consequences when accountability is sacrificed in the pursuit of influence. And while he did not do so in a spirit of condemnation, he underscored the importance of honesty, healing, and reckoning with what really happened at New Birth. Pointing to the sexual misconduct allegations that had long haunted Long's name, the extravagant lifestyle that raised eyebrows among critics, and the culture of secrecy that allowed wounds to fester rather than be healed. And Franklin's words were striking because they acknowledged the pain of the victims while also recognizing the spiritual hunger of those who had once found inspiration in Bishop Long's ministry, showing that both truths could exist at once. A leader could be both gifted and flawed, inspiring yet deeply broken. Franklin revealed that behind the polished image, there were layers of unresolved issues, the kind of issues that fester when a leader becomes isolated at the top and feels untouchable. And he challenged today's church leaders to learn from Long's hidden struggles by embracing transparency, humility, and true servanthood, rather than falling prey to the trap of celebrity. This moment was not just about dredging up the past, but about calling the modern church into a future where the mistakes of yesterday are not repeated, where leaders are accountable, where victims are not silenced, and where the gospel is not overshadowed by scandal. And the fact that it took someone like Kirk Franklin, respected, unfiltered, and loved by millions, to say out loud what many whispered behind closed doors only shows how heavy the burden of truth has been. In his testimony, Franklin also reminded listeners that while Bishop Long's story ended in tragedy with his death in 2017 amid a cloud of unresolved controversies, there is still grace. But grace must never be used as a cloak for cover-ups. Rather, it should push us toward confession, reconciliation, and renewal. And as Franklin's words spread, the response has been divided, with some praising him for his courage and honesty, others accusing him of tearing down a fallen man, and still others feeling a sense of relief that at last, someone with his stature dared to confront the issue publicly. But no matter where one stands, it cannot be denied that Kirk Franklin's decision to finally break his silence has reopened a conversation the church desperately needs to have. How do we honor the good while confronting the bad? How do we stop building idols out of leaders? And how do we ensure that hidden secrets never again destroy the trust of God's people? This is the hidden truth Kirk Franklin has laid bare, and it may well be the key to healing the wounds left behind by one of the most shocking downfalls in American church history. Thanks for watching.